What's up? What's up, all you beautiful, beautiful people? It's me. It's Mike from the Fantasy Footballers podcast. You know who I am? Good. Welcome in to Sunday Live. Instagram, I see you. Periscope, Twitch, YouTube. What's up, everybody? Welcome to Sunday Live. My goodness, another tumultuous week of who's playing, who's not playing. News just overflowing the bathtub of knowledge. I don't know. I got Baby Josh on that one. So as per usual, we'll talk out the process, how I'm handling some of these start-sit questions, give you the that last-second advice. Also, update you as news comes in. I think the biggest news of the morning was Rob Gronkowski, of course, tricking us again with yesterday it was reported by high-level sources Gronk's going to be out. But he traveled with the team, and then he's walking in wearing his suit, but we're lucky. It's done. The saga is over. Rob Gronkowski will be inactive yet again. He'll get this week to rest, the bye week to rest, so hopefully he will be back. If you've held on to Gronk like I have all season long, if he comes through at the end of the year, all will be forgiven. If not, Gronk will have burned his image into my butt cheeks, and I will sit upon it and think of that every day. Let's get into those questions. Oh, first off, hey, if anyone from California is watching, man, be safe. My goodness, this is absolute madness. Please be safe. Take the proper precautions over there, everybody. So, we got a question from Daniel. Is Adams from Philly a good start? So, we're talking about Josh Adams, of course. No. No. Look, he was trending up for a slight bit when you have when Corey Clement was missing practice with an illness. Maybe he was going to be out. I mean, it was a little bit too early to tell. But now it's the three-headed monster. Of the three, between Adams, Smallwood, and Clement, I think Adams is the best play, but I'm avoiding all of those three guys if at all possible. DJ Ryba wants to know Mark Ingram or Mike Davis. This is a standard league question. So we believe that Chris Carson is going to be out. All reports have him at a game time decision, but leaning more on the side of doubtful. Here's the problem. Chris Carson is at the afternoon game, and the New Orleans game is not. So you're going to have to make that decision without full information, knowing that Chris Carson is out. I believe that Chris Carson will be out, and Mike Davis becomes a very good play against the Los Angeles Rams. But I also think Mark Ingram's kind of in the best spot he's been in a long time. Because the Bengals are without AJ Green, top weapon for the Cincinnati Bengals, is out. They're a bit banged up, missing some other guys. I don't know if the Bengals will be able to keep pace with the Saints like some of these other teams have in the previous weeks. And if the Saints pull up to a big lead, I think Mark Ingram is going to see a lot more work than we've been seeing him get. Similar to his first game where they just kind of rested Kamara. But let's say you got to make that decision right now. I'm gonna throw those dice, hoping I don't come up snake eyes. I'm gonna play Mike Davis and hope that Chris Carson, even if he's active, just doesn't see a bunch of work. They let him rest. John wants to know Marquez, Valdez-Scantling, or Deshaun Jackson. Both similar tier players, big play type of guys. Both somehow play for good quarterbacks. Is that an okay thing to say? Baby Josh, that Deshaun Jackson's playing for a good quarterback? Good fantasy quarterback. There we go. We'll qualify with that. Good fantasy quarterback. Maybe it's not so good for your team. Maybe. I don't know. He throws a lot of touchdowns. I like him. He looks good because I look like him. I'm going to go with the player, though, that's on the field a bit more. That's Marquez, taking Geronimo Allison's role. We got 4 straight games now where he's hit at least 100 yards or scored a touchdown. And being jocular, Aaron Rodgers is clearly the best quarterback, so that's where I'm going to go. I'm going to let those make the decisions for me. Aaron Jones, this is from Trey Nalder. Trace Nelder? Apologize. Aaron Jones or Mark Ingram in a PPR. I'm going with Aaron Jones. If you listen to the podcast, which you better, if you're here, you should be listening to the podcast. Come on. You know that me and Andy are totally bought into Aaron Jones. It looks like the head honchos in Green Bay are starting to buy in as well. Aaron Jones getting the snaps. Ty Montgomery out. Jamal Williams is a dude. He's a dude who plays running back. Aaron Jones is a special talent at the position. Also getting a little bit more work in the passing game. Hey, get that PPR bump. Aaron Jones. That's the way I'm going. Oh, Matthew. Oh, we already talked about Mike Davis, but I got to bring this up. Matthew says, Krampus, Doug Martin, or Mike Davis. You poor soul that you're staring in the mirror asking yourself that question. Do I play Doug Martin this week? No, you don't. You play Mike Davis. Come on now. Believe in anyone not named Doug Martin. Miles Black says, too Blake bored or not too bored? That is the Bortles. I mean, I don't know what your other options are. He was Jason's stream of the week. I had to back him up. Andy is not about that Bortles life this week. I think he's in a pretty good spot against the Indianapolis Colts. So if you gotta, you gotta. If you don't gotta, you don't gotta. I hope that helped you out. That's very good striking advice. Chris says, oh, I love football. Me too, buddy. Me too, my man. All right. Harambe says, Jimmy Graham or Golden Tate? Now, that is a very interesting flex question. I don't think I've gotten that yet. As a second tight end or a wide receiver, that's a really, really hard question to answer. The reports are Golden Tate's going to be moved all around. Do the Eagles trade a third-round pick for the new weapon and then not feature him in the passing game? I think that would be a little silly for them to do. But at the same time, you can't expect too much out of Golden Tate. He just got to the team. He did have the bye week. So unlike Demaryius Thomas this past week, he's got 2 weeks with the team to actually prepare. And then it's Jimmy Graham. It's Jimmy Graham. Jimmy Graham. Touchdown or bust these days. Oh, man. I'm going to go new hotness. Old hotness in a new spotness. That's what my grandpappy used to say. And Golden Tate's the play. Let's go. James, Taco Tuesday or Thursday? You know I love tacos. Taco Tuesday. David says Aaron Jones or Sony Michel in a full-point PPR. So Sony Michel, look, he's going to play. Baby Josh, am I right that I was going to say it looks like he's going to play, but we have the inactives. He's active. So I can tell you that. I can't tell you how much he's going to play. I can tell you that the spots that I have Sony Michel, smash. He's back in. He's back in that active lineup. I would not play him over Aaron Jones, though. I got to draw the line somewhere. And I draw it right there with Aaron Jones. Let's go. Next question, Keith. PPR. Pick 3. Keith, pick 3. Come on. Fine. I read your question. I'll do it. Crowell, Cohen, Dion Lewis, Mike Williams. All right, this one's a little bit easier. Cohen and Dion Lewis are in. So PPR, we're going to pick one between Isaiah, Crow, Meh. Oh, no? Baby Josh, what's the rating on that one? Kasai, he says. I thought it was pretty good. Crow Meh? No. All right, we're moving on. Crowell versus Mike Williams. Ow, that pains me. That brings me great pain. Crowell not in a good spot here with the matchup against the Buffalo Bills. Mike Williams catching one pass a week these days. I'm going to go with Mike Williams, though, and just hope he can scoop up at least 3 receptions while Crowell just dances in the mud. I mean, he's at least a heavy favorite with the New York Jets. Let's see, we got 7.5-point favorites with handsome Josh McCown throwing passes. Hey. Deke Jacobs says, is this Peppa Pig? You know I'm down with that Peppa Pig life. I love that show. Bing, bing, ding, doom, 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 doom. I like Peppa Pig. It's a good show. Baby Josh has no idea what I'm talking about because he's a baby. He doesn't have babies. Malachi Munoz wants to know, should I play Washington or the Colts? Oh, man, I would play the Colts. I have grave concerns for Washington, not necessarily because of their defense. I think their defense is fine, but that offense, man, 3 offensive linemen hurt, a fourth, and we're talking starters, a fourth one banged up. I have concerns for playing Adrian Peterson, and that's what they want to be. That's what they chose. Washington, this is on you. You sent Kirk Cousins packing. You brought in Mr. Safe, just safety at all times, always wearing his seatbelt. I mean, Alex Smith has 3 seatbelts per seat in his car. Did you know about that? Did you know that? He always eats ice cream with gloves. Did you know about that? Because he's safe. He doesn't want anything bad to happen. And because of that, you sleep in the bed you made. Your offensive line is banged up. Now your offense is going to be doo-doo. Straight doo-doo. So I'm going to go with the Colts defense. I like how a question about the Washington defense led to me assaulting the offense. I apologize for nothing. Brian wants to know, Kerryon Johnson or Sony Michel? Kerryon in a bad spot, coming off of the ankle. Gimli up there in Detroit won't commit the opportunities to Kerryon Johnson. So frustrating. But I'm going to go with Sony. I mean, I don't – if I'm deciding between the two, I'm going to go with Sony. I'm going to take the risk of Sony Michel's injury. I think they held him out long enough. Like, it seems like he could have played last week, but they decided to give him 1 extra week of rest. He's back. So I'm going to go with Sony Michel. Next question. Matt Palmer. Oh, Matt. Alex Smith or Matt Stafford. No, your video did not freeze. This is me mourning. Oh, I'm so sorry for you, my friend. I don't want to play Matt Stafford against the Chicago Bears. I don't want to do it. But I don't want to play Mr. Safe either. But whatever, you're rolling with Alex Smith. You deal with the repercussions, not me. Jason wants to know, Kenyon Drake or Mike Davis full-point PPR. Look, with the full PPR, you got to be excited with the passing work that Mike Davis got this past week. It was kind of out of nowhere, and I'm not expecting him to hit I think he hit 7 receptions, 7 or 8. It was ludicrous. Getting that massive PPR bump. Kenyon Drake, I'm going to go with volume here. I'm going to go with Mike Davis. The Kenyon Drake situation is so frustrating in Miami. It's always low volume. He can hit the home run, but you got a good option. You got a good option with Mike Davis, so that's how I'm going to roll. Jonathan, this is Tom Brady or Ryan Fitzpatrick. What is the world coming to when we're deciding to play Ryan Fitzpatrick over Tom Brady? I would not do it. I would do no such thing. However, Andrew wants to know Ryan Fitzpatrick or Andrew Luck. I would play Ryan Fitzmagic over Andrew Luck. Luck in the rankings ends up just outside of my quarterback 1 range, but that's not going to stop me from playing him. Ryan Fitzpatrick would. Dropping them dimes. Oh, his passes are so clean, so magical. Hey, want to pause real quick. Thank everyone for jumping into the Sunday Live. Hope you're having a good time getting ready for Sunday domination. I want to encourage you to check out jointhefoot.com. Help support this show. Get access to really cool exclusive forums with 7,000 people, intelligent people having smart discussions about fantasy football. You get an extra show every single week. There's tons of cool stuff at jointhefoot.com. And got to keep this train rolling. FootClanVote.com. You know what I'm talking about. We're scratching. We're clawing. Like a kitty cat. Just trying to stay afloat. FootClanVote.com. We're trying to win that iHeart Radio win that podcast award over there. It would warm the insides of my body during this winter season. You see, I got a jacket on. It's because it's a freezing 68 degrees. The rest of the country's so mad right now. I'm freezing and it's 68 degrees. Next question. Carlos wants to know Aaron Jones or Cooper Kupp in a full-point PPR. I'm going to go with Cooper Kupp, touchdown machine. He's a beast, man. You got to go for it. C-Dub Shish the Don? I don't know, but he says he voted for the podcast, so you won me over. Hey, Baldwin or Tyrell Williams in a half-point PPR. I'm still going to go with Doug Baldwin. Doug Baldwin got dropped in our league of record, and I put a claim in on him. And I pulled that claim out because I said, I don't know if I want to deal with this life, this Doug Baldwin life. But if you got him, you got to play him. Tyrell, if he hits the big play, you're going to be disappointed. But I would still play Doug Baldwin if I had them both on my roster, on my bench. I was going to say on my wrench. I was going to take the two words. I was going to make them into one word. Brooks, do we have any updates? You've been missing it. It's been a delightful Sunday Live, Brooks. You were listening? Oh, Brooks is on the YouTubes. He's padding the numbers. Putting that +1. That's what I like to see, Brooksy. All right, next question. +1. It's making a big difference. Anthony wants to know Baker Mayfield or Andy Dalton. And he adds in it's a half-point PPR. I appreciate you getting the scoring format in there. Man, so I'm looking at the rankings. I got Baker at 13, and I got Andy Dalton at 15. I have the concerns, as everyone does, of course, with A.J. Green gone. How will Andy Dalton actually do? I think he's an okay quarterback, but it's like Matt Ryan. You take Julio Jones away from Matt Ryan, things don't go so well. 'Cause they're good, but they need their weapons to help them transcend into fantasy greatness. Baker's in such a good situation against Atlanta. I'd go with Baker the candlestick maker. I mean, that's what I would do. Do you guys have a differing opinion? Would you play Andy Dalton? I want to pull the gallery over here. Don't take too long, fellas. They're hemming and hawing. Oh, Baby Josh says Dalton, so it's on. I just hit a water bet. I don't know what I'm doing over here. I'm here to be a buffoon for 30 minutes and give some advice. Oh, here we go into the nitty-gritty. Seg Roots 456. Traquan Smith, Anthony Miller, or Maurice Harris. Oh, I'm loving this question. This is difficult. So, offense, Traquan Smith, Anthony Miller, he's been fine, he's been fine. Maurice Harris had a breakout week on that nasty, disgusting Washington offense. But he should be right back in the slot because Jamison Crowder has been ruled out. He's Andy's start of the week as a flex. As a flex, don't freak out, everyone, and think that Andy's telling you to play Maurice Harris as a wide receiver 1, which apparently they did with Jermaine Kearse. My goodness. I think the volume of Harris is the safer play between these guys. Traquan, he's playing. He just is not hitting on those big plays, and we've seen a pendulum swing back to Michael Thomas getting a healthy workload. You had a little bit of dip in the middle. People were concerned. Michael Thomas not getting those targets, but he's back. Traquan Smith gives you the higher ceiling, but Maurice Harris is the safer play. Another Harris question. Wow. Will wants to know Kerryon Johnson or Maurice Harris in a half-point PPR flex. I would play Kerryon Johnson over Maurice Harris. I would. Where are we at with the time? Oh, we got plenty of time. Let me grab a refreshing beverage. Did I say the word refreshing? I think I did. I think that I did. Oh, Jonathan Brown. I was literally about to read his message, and then it disappeared, and it says, message retracted. I don't know if you did that or not, Jonathan, but now you're a sad panda with no question. Jimmy Joyce, Kenny G, or Duke Johnson, half-point PPR. So Kenny G, Marvin Jones, both of them were very disappointing this past week. They're in a worse spot now against the Chicago Bears, or I should say Matthew Stafford is in a worse spot. Do you chase the points of Duke Johnson, pass-catching running back for the Cleveland Browns, against the Atlanta Falcons, who allow the most pass catches to the running back position consecutively for about 3 seasons? You're darn right you do. You go with Duke. Ha-ha! Noah wants to know Drew Brees or Andy Dalton. Drew Brees. That one was easier for me. I appreciate it. Oh, Rock Steady Beach. He came at me in all caps, so I know that he's a very serious person, and he's screaming at me. Drop Carlos Hyde for Spencer Ware? I don't know why. Why'd you scream it at me? I don't know. Yes, the upside of Spencer Ware is infinitely better than Carlos Hyde. Let's say, hypothetically, we don't want this to happen. We're not wishing it upon it, but Leonard Fournette. Okay, Leonard Fournette gets lost on the way to the stadium today, and he decides he's going to go to the Bahamas for the rest of the season. Carlos Hyde's value is because T.J. Yeldon is still going to get carries. T.J. Yeldon's going to get the passing downs work. If Kareem Hunt took that same cruise to the Bahamas, stay healthy, Kareem Hunt, Spencer Ware goes from nobody to James Conner elevation. I mean, Spencer Ware becomes a league-winning running back. So that's why I've been saying for weeks now, if you have Todd Gurley, if you have Spencer Ware, you got to get Malcolm Brown. You got to get Spencer Ware on the team. If you have the running backs, you must handcuff now. If you don't, those are fine stashes on a week-to-week basis. Say you got an empty spot. Gronk is out. He's inactive. You move him to your O. You have no one to throw onto the bench. Grab Spencer Ware. Something to do. Next, that reminds me. I had Gronk. I don't think I took advantage of that. I got to get those waiver claims in, man. This Sunday Live is really screwing up my fantasy football. You people, what I do for you. 12 pled. Corey Davis or Austin Eckler in a PPR. These usernames. I feel like an old man. Corey Davis or Austin Eckler in a PPR. Corey Davis never seems to find himself in a good situation. He's going to get the Gilmore experience this week, but at least he's on the field. Austin Eckler. I'm going to go with Corey Davis. I don't feel great about that one in particular, but that's the way I'm going to go. John Schmidt. Jacob Heimer. John Jacob Jingleheimer? Schmidt, we got there. The joke wasn't very good, but I stayed with it anyways. Never give up, kids. Never give up on your dreams. Golden Tate, T.Y. Hilton, or Amari Cooper in a FPPR. I believe that is a full point PPR. You guys ever seen it written out FPPR? Me neither. I have now, but I read you. Golden Tate, T.Y. Hilton, or Amari Cooper. Oh, I want to say T.Y. Hilton, but Jalen Ramsey is a scary man. He's like the boogeyman. You say his name 3 times in the mirror, and all of a sudden Jalen Ramsey's shutting down your superstar wide receivers. That's what he does. That's what I'm going to play anyways. I'm going to play T.Y. Hilton. Hope that he gets moved around. Hope he ends up in the slot, and then and Jalen Ramsey takes a break and doesn't cover him for a couple plays. Josh Hill, half-point PPR. Kerryon Johnson, Elijah McGuire, or wear the bib. Protect that shirt from that apple sauce. Kerryon Johnson. I'm down on Kerryon Johnson this week, but not to the point where I'm going to go with Elijah McGuire or Capri Bibbs. Even if they outscore him, my process, I gotta believe. Like Parappa the Rapper. Baby Josh, have you ever heard of Parappa the Rapper? You play video games. You've heard of it? Wow. You got to believe. Next question. Oh, 5 minutes. Thanks for, hey, fellas. You're supposed to keep me in line here. I'm an uncaged lion. And sometimes you got to crack the whip and let me know what's going on. You're right. You can't cage this lion. Roar. All right. Hey, before we jump into the wraparound real quick, just a reminder, jointhefoot.com, help support the show, get really cool stuff. FootClanVote.com every single day. It takes 30 seconds. Just jump on there. Beep, bop, beep, bop, bop. Voted. You can vote on Twitter too. We're not asking people to do that if you don't want to. You know, I know people don't like to tweet hashtags and all that stuff. You want to say that the count is precious. I get it. But it'd be really cool if you did it. Am I right? All right, wrapping around. Here we go. Cyber, Duke Johnson or Mike Davis, half-point PPR. I'm going to go with Mike Davis. Esteban, says, big fan from Mexico. Bonjour, my man. Need one for a flex. Cohen, Galladay, or Ridley. Oh, man, it's standard. Okay, standard. That changes things. I like Calvin Ridley a lot this week, so that's where I would go. Cobra Kai wants to know, Trubisky or Mayfield. I have Trubisky ranked slightly higher, and I'm playing him in the league of record. So you want to roll with me. You want your emotions to go up or down with me. You play that Mitch Trubisky. Ugh. Have you ever felt worse about playing a quarterback who in like 5 of the last 6 weeks has won people weeks? And then he puts up 10 points last week, and we're all like, "Oh, bail out." I mean, it's crazy. It's crazy, right? Sir Francisco D. Anconia. Very regal. Standard scoring Nick Chubb or Aaron Jones. I would go with Aaron Jones. I do like Nick Chubb, but I'm going to go with Aaron Jones. Alana Wegram wants to know Luck or Trubisky. Oh, point per completion. Point per completion is going to skew the rankings because Trubisky, he doesn't complete a lot of passes. He's very inaccurate, if you catch my drift. And Andrew Luck, I think the Colts have thrown more than any team in history or something like that at this point of the season. You got to go with Andrew Luck. Generally, I have Trubisky higher in my rankings, but the point per completion definitely skews things a little bit. 12, B-boy outbreak? I don't know. But he's screaming at me in all caps. Trey Burton or O.J. Howard in a PPR? O.J. Howard. Trey Burton. I don't know why I can't get on board with Trey Burton. He does it every week, and I still don't want to believe. Gotta believe. Bill Morris, Mike Davis, or T.Y. Hilton in his flex full point PPR. I would play Mike Davis. I think I surprised myself there. Tyler, Chubb, or Davis in a half-point PPR. That Davis could be a lot of people, man. You at least got to use some initials. So that could be Mike. That could be Corey. That could be Dave. Dave Davis. Legendary fantasy football player, Dave Davis. I mean, I don't know. Could be Chris, Bob, Mike. I already said Mike. Dang it. I was doing really good until I got to that name again. Nick Chubb. Let's just guess that it's Mike Davis. Nick Chubb or Mike Davis, I would play Nick Chubb. Just time for a couple more questions. Marvin Jones. This one's from Tyler. What's up, Tyler? Marvin Jones or Matt Breida in a standard league? I think Matt Breida is safer. He's safer, but I would play Marvin Jones. Kenny wants to know Marlon Mack or Adrian Peterson in a full PPR. Marlon Mack. Just ignore the big red mark that is the Jacksonville Jaguars and put Marlon Mack in there. Far From Human Network. This is a Marquez. So Valdez-Scantling or Kenny Galladay. I'm going to go with the Green Bay Packer. I'm going to try and knock out like 3 questions. Here we go. Carry-on or Kenyon Drake from Nicholas. I'm going to go with Kenyon Drake. I'm going to go with Kenyon Drake. Andre says Nick Chubb or Alshon in a standard league. I'm going to go with Nick Chubb. Doyle or Alshon? He's predicted to win by 20 already. Then maybe you go with Doyle. Because I think that he's pretty safe for points this week. All right, Alshon or Landry in a standard. Go with Jarvis. All right, last question. Ow! They're scrolling in there so fast. Stop. Oh, yeah, we'll go out with a nasty one. Hingle McCringleberry says, Jalen Richard or Maurice Harris, PPR. Oh, that stinks so good. And I'm going to play. I don't know. I think that Jalen Richard is definitely the safer floor play, but the Harris ceiling is definitely a lot higher. So it depends on what your team needs. Boom, there we have it. Thank you, everyone, for joining me for Sunday Live. Make sure you're tuning in to each and every episode of the Fantasy Footballers Podcast. Tomorrow, there'll be an episode tomorrow. Hey, most of yous out there, you got Veterans Day off. Also, veterans, shout out for keeping us safe. We appreciate your service greatly appreciate your service. Enjoy the time off. We will still be working. We're going to put out that episode tomorrow. So as you're relaxing with your coat on because it's 70 degrees and you're freezing in Arizona, listen to the Fantasy Footballers Podcast, FootclanVote.com. Oh, there was one thing I almost forgot, but I didn't. You're beautiful. Mwah! Goodbye, everybody.